Sounds like we got to slow down. We were going too fast in the open, I think.
The big hurt. It's a non-con tune-up for the battle-tested High Point Panthers, who take a 2-game winning streak back to the Cobain Center, where HBU looks to keep the momentum rolling. They play host to Carolina University of the NCCAA. From ESPN Plus, this is Big South Basketball. We welcome you inside the Cobain Center. Luke Hallett, Reginald Walker Jr. will catch up with Amanda Poole in just a moment. Here's a tune-up chance for the Panthers. Experiment with some things, really lengthen that rotation.
It's all about understanding the lineups, getting the right guys in the proper spots, getting continuity, adding to that chemistry as you head down the stretch of non-conference play for High Point.
A couple impact players from this game, starting with Carolina U, Zivko Demjanovic, big guy for them.
Yeah, I think Zivko Demjanovic is one of those guys, Demjanovic, I should say, one of those guys, they love playing through him. He's got good size at 6'7", 6'8", understands how to pass the basketball out. They're going to slow the tempo down, try to play through him as much as possible. One of those guys that's going to be really, really effective. What you love the most, 62% from the field. A very, very efficient player down inside.
And for High Point, Bobby Pettiford, he's an impact guard. He can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, Bobby Pettiford he's the true quintessential lead guard. He can score it. He can distribute it. He understands how to get his team in the right sets. The thing you love about him as well, when the big moments happen, he's not afraid. He's got plenty of experience, and he can finish at all 3 levels to score the basketball.
Just about time for tip-off. High Point 10-2 on the season. Carolina U 2-10. The Panthers coming off a win over App State their last time out. Wasn't always pretty in that first half, however. Started 0-15 from beyond the arc. They shook off the rust, and they did what good teams do. They picked up a win.
Yeah, I think that was very important for this basketball team to figure out how to fight through a game where they're not playing great offensively, not shooting the basketball at a high level. They continued to fight, scrap, claw defensively. They stayed active on that end of the floor, got great contributions off the bench, and found a way in that second half to come away with a victory.
The bench was huge, as you alluded to. 40 bench points in that contest. Of their 65 points, they got 40 from those guys off the bench. Nobody scored in double figures as well, so really an interesting box score, but a gritty win. And like you said, it's one that they need to show, especially as Big South play starts to creep into the minds of the Big South faithful.
One of the strengths of this High Point team is its depth. One could argue from a depth standpoint, obviously one of the deeper teams likely in the country in certain ways when you look at it from that standpoint of how deep they can go into the bench. This is a team that can consistently, if they needed to, play 10 or 11 players on any given night throughout this conference play. So an opportunity last game to show that a little bit, the balance. Obviously, if you're Alan Huss, you want a couple more guys up in the double-figure category, but you like the contributions from a great deal of different guys.
And you see Alan Huss there, 10-2 season so far for the Panthers. He won 27 games last year in his second season at the helm. Carolina U, NAIA, 2-10 on the season. And we are underway from the Cobain Center. Panthers tops in the conference when it comes to scoring defense. Nearly 75 points a game on the offensive side as Johnston quick trigger, and that's easy money for Chase Johnston.
Yeah, Chase Johnston, one of those guys. He really struggled against App State the other night. Not surprised that they looked to get him an early look, and he was able to knock it down.
Foul going in, and that'll be Mari, they will say, not in the act of shooting, just trimmed, so foul on Jiffa. He picks up an early personal.
Look, this is a Carolina U Bruins team that is going to get after you. They will get downhill offensively. They can shoot the ball as well. something to keep an eye on in this game is that time Bodo is going to pick up a foul inside, trying to keep Damjanovic from making a catch down inside.
Simon Hildebrandt was dressed out during the warm-up portion of today's game, so don't expect to see him play. Some of those backup big minutes will go to a couple other different Panthers. Go around the horn, the Bruins. Now 61 points a game. Flips it up, and Bodo cleans the glass.
That's a nice drive there by Maury, just unable to finish.
Miscommunication between Johnston and Hamilton, and a turnover for High Point. Panthers got the early three from Johnston. You see Coach Huss on your screen. As mentioned, 27 wins last year, Big South champion. Former assistant coach at Creighton and New Mexico has this team on an undoubtedly upward trajectory, continues to improve year after year.
Has had a ton of success, obviously, overall, but especially in this building. They've been really, really good under Alan Huss.
No look pass to Chris High, and another foul. That's a third already on High Point.
Yeah, Kamani Hamilton, they get him on the reach there. Tried to come across, give a little help side. Picks up the reach-in foul.
As you mentioned, this High Point team, plenty of depth. They're back and largely healthy. Something to monitor moving forward as the Panthers to try and pick up a third straight win. Chris High, team's leader in three-point field goal percentage. A step back, Jay. Panthers team shooting 47% from the floor. Jiffa pops the clutch. Hamilton an open look. Couple of triples for High Point, this time Hamilton.
Yeah, and Hamilton really continued to improve on that jump shot. I tell you what, if he gets that shot going and you have to crowd him or you have to come out and close out and maybe you're a little bit under control, that becomes an even bigger problem because he can really put it on the floor and attack the basket.
Much more of a slasher rather than a shooter at this stage in his career. 25% from beyond the arc, but 50% in total from the floor. Off balance runner, not this time for Damjanovic. Looking for Johnston. Couldn't find him as the Panthers, with wins over North Texas and App State their last couple of times out. Quality non-con opponents. Jiffa, corner pocket. Not this time. Nobody boxed out Hamilton, and he's got a quick five.
Yeah, good job there by Kamani Hamilton. One of the things he can do really well, get to the offensive glass. He was one of the better non-centers, if you will, in the Big South last season in terms of attacking the offensive glass.
Nearly 5 rebounds a game this season as Hamilton gets the easy stick back. Off balance, past the outstretched arms of Bodo. An 8-0 lead for the Panthers. Couple minutes into this contest. Hamilton gives it away.
Yeah, Hamilton got a little deep there. Wasn't sure what he wanted to do with the basketball. And then the late kick, that pass is intercepted.
Damjanovic trades some paint. Off balance, good looking touch.
That's really good footwork by Damjanovic. Great job there, plays through the contact, creates it, and then bounces off Bodo. A little soft touch there with the right hand on the baseline.
8-2 lead for the Panthers. Demarion Williams, team's leading scorer, looks to get going. Johnston, just an inch of separation. He makes them pay.
Yeah, shooting with a lot of confidence. He saw that first one go in, had to feel really good. And he can get really, really hot, really fast, and explode and hit 7, 8, or 9 of them if you don't lock him up defensively.
And 9 in that win season opener against Coppin State. 5th in the conference in made threes this year. He's up to 26 after a couple of early 3 balls. Williams reaches.
It's already the 4th team foul on High Point.
And already a hockey sub for High Point. 4 different subs coming in as the free throws are on their way.
Alan Huss going with a little platoon system there. I think this is about trying to get a little bit more activity, a little bit more fluidity on the offensive end of the floor. Wants his guys to play a little bit faster. Different unit out there, see if he can infuse some energy into this lineup.
It'll be a full line change, so 5 different Panthers come on. Anderson, Thiam, Ibukunulua, Benham, and Pettiford. The 5 that will come on. Reminds you of that platoon system from the old Kentucky Wildcats. That one knocked in by Maury.
I knew you'd channel your inner John Calipari right there.
Those teams were loaded, let me tell you.
They really were.
And there's a lot of good depth on this High Point team, too. Here's Pettiford, ECU transfer, knife to the cup. Ibuka Nulua to Thiam. 10 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Anderson drive to the iron. Through a couple of defenders, he splits them.
You talk about a guy that can do everything on a basketball court. Terry Anderson is the epitome of that. Can step out and shoot it from deep. You saw the drive and attack that time. Good defender, can be a shot blocker, super athletic. And oh, by the way, that drive and finish there, part of his game that you don't see a lot of because he's not a guy that pounds it in the deck heavy.
10-point lead for the Panthers early. A couple of threes from Johnston. 9-point lead, 13-3.
This is a story about strength. It wakes up early in the morning, stays up late, moves mountains, and travels the world. It makes adventure and hard work possible. Strength delivers food to tables, packages to doorsteps, products to stores, and kids to practice. It shows up everywhere you show up. Hercules tires are built for almost every driver and every vehicle. Find the right Hercules for your story and let our strength drive yours.
A happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed.
Thank you very much, honey.
Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy.
It feels like home.
Bacon. Good morning, everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the popping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Oh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Back here at the Cobain Center, High Point with the early lead over Carolina University, but getting a closer look at one of the Panther players, the preseason Player of the Year prediction, Keza Jiffa, feeling that weight of those expectations this season. 25 assists, 26 turnovers so far, not playing the cleanest ball of his career, but speaking with head coach Alan Huss, he tells us that it's not unique to Keza, that other guys that are on these watch lists, they feel those same pressures as. Now, Keza Jiffa was used to being in that auxiliary role last year, more of a secondary scorer, but now he's moved up in the scouting report and has a bigger target on his back. Coach Huss saying it's a mental battle now. Just have to know that the sun will still come up tomorrow if you don't play well. Coach Huss hoping Keza falls in love with winning, doesn't focus too much on his own stats, because according to Huss, winning is intoxicating. Guys.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, all of that. And one of the things when you think about Keza Jiffa and the change, he was an unknown player coming to this program. Now everybody in the Big South knows him. Now everybody in the country, when they get ready to play High Point, they're aware of him. One of the things they understand as well, and that it can throw you off guard early, he's also a lefty that's very, very crafty. So now he's got to kind of adjust as Damjanovic with the bucket inside.
Good bucket for Carolina U, slices it to 8 points. And one more note on Jiffa, the Daytona State transfer, second in the country in free throws drawn last year. And now he's the focal point of the scout. There's no doubt they circle him, they highlight him. When they see him, they go ahead and they put him right on top.
Yeah, and the other thing is they're not putting him on the free throw line as much. And I think sometimes, a few times last season, he would get games where he'd get a lot of free throws as Hugo Maury scores there. He'd get a bunch of free throws early, and that would really get his shooting confidence going.
On the other end, a couple of free throws coming. Cut to just 6.
As you see, Damjanovic, nice move there. Again, the junior showing his ability there, working on the freshman, Josh Abukanalua. Works on him down inside and is able to score.
Pettiford will hit the first. 13 of 15 from the line after the make. A couple of subs come in. TJ Waters as well as Max Hemphill. Pettiford, twice a transfer from ECU in Kansas, South Granville High School. He can fill it up, he can pass it, he can do just about everything in that guard off the bench type role. Such a valuable piece.
Little 1-2-2 full court pressure here. An athletic group with Terry Anderson at the front of it, looking to create some turnovers and get some transition opportunities.
Already looking for something. This Carolina U team out 40% from the floor. So far today, 3 of 7. They've turned it over, though. Pettiford takes it away. Head full of steam. He takes it himself and showcases the athleticism.
And that's what Bobby Pettiford can do. He can create his own offense with his defense. Great job there defensively. Gets himself 2.
No look pass down low. Flips it up and missed it. Wasn't there for Hemphill. Pettiford down low. Left-hand scoop, everything but the finish. Second chance there for Terry Anderson.
That's Terry Anderson's game right there. You don't have to call anything for Terry Anderson. If you do, he can score it, but you don't have to call anything for him. He'll go get it that time off the glass and gets the putback.
Lamar transfers, second team all-conference with the Cardinals.
Yeah, a guy that's clearly well-coached, understands the game. His basketball IQ, if you watch him on the floor, you can see that it's at an incredibly high level.
The strip for the Panthers, Trey Benham gets it. Pettiford.
Benham was looking for an opportunity that time, just couldn't get enough space to get free and let that one go.
Probing is Pettiford. They find Benham again. His minutes have fluctuated this year, but he's been an impact player when he's been in. Thiam. 5 seconds. Thiam, long-range triple. That one rattles out. Karams to Pettiford. Down low with the finish. That's a good finish inside.
Yeah, that's a really nice move there by the freshman Abukanalua. Good drive, and he's able to finish with that left hand at the rim.
Head fake, Pettiford active hands. Almost got the steal. Lead at 14 in the early going. On a drive, tough finish, left it short for Waters.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Unable to get that one to go, and another opportunity for High Point.
Trey Benham, marksman, can't hit. No Panthers scored in double figures in their win against App State, as we mentioned. 40 points coming from the bench in that win where they started 0 of 15 from deep. Against App State, able to grind down a 65-59 win. Well off the mark for the Bruins.
Yeah, they got to get Dakota Sampson, I think, a touch here at some point. Give him an opportunity to make a play for Carolina U.
Turnover for Carolina U. They go the other way. TJ Waters will try. Sidewinding shot. It goes down. Rotation on that one.
Yeah, an interesting rotation for sure, but effective and pure from deep.
First made 3 for the Bruins. It was a hockey substitution for High Point in the early stages. All 5 starters subbed out about 5 minutes into this game on a drive. Dishing out some contact is Chris High.
And the look on Alan Huss's face right now, not very happy with the offensive execution so far in this first half.
Panthers led 21-7, little mini 5-0 run for the Bruins. Pettiford probes the paint. Thiam down low, good backdoor cut.
Nice cut there by Thiam, works the baseline, hard cut. Pettiford with the nice drop-off pass.
Fourth assist on 9 made buckets early for High Point.
You got to think that guy that just had it, Dakota Sampson, has got to get going, get involved here as Maury, unfortunately for the Bruins, there turns it over.
It's a 23-12 game so far, and this Panthers team, they're dialed in. On the down low bucket, strong take in High Point with an 11-point lead. This Big South broadcast is brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Visit HerculesTires.com. First Citizens Bank, forever first. CertaPro Painters, choose happy, choose CertaPro Painters. And Jersey Mike's, a sub above. 23-12 in the early going of this one. There's been some ups and some downs as the Panthers continue to cycle players through this one. They've shared the ball well at times, but they've also turned it over 4 times so far.
Yeah, trying to find that continuity, 4 assists, 4 turnovers. The ball's moving at times, but it's not quite popping across and around the floor the way that Alan Huss would like. Be interesting to see with this group on the floor. You've got Titus Sargunas now making his first entry into the game on the floor with Keza Jiffa. It'll be interesting to see a couple of guys that are really good ball handlers, good decision makers, good passers, see if the energy and the ball movement sort of picks up and that ball starts popping around offensively a little bit more.
Ivan Matlikovich will come in also for this Panthers team. So no Bodo for the moment. He's on the bench, and no Simon Hildebrandt today as well. So it could be a carousel at that number 5 spot for the Panthers today. Here's Sargunas, just mentioned. Knife to the tin, picks up the pound. Tough looking floater, he got it.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Titus Sargunas. As good as he is, sometimes I think he could be a little bit more aggressive to score the basketball. That particular situation, he wasn't looking to score. It became sort of the last resort, and he's able to put it in and score it.
Big South All-Freshman team last year for Sargunas, up to 11 points on the season as that one whirlpools in for the Bruins.
Yeah, that's a nice move there by Andrew Pittman. Good drive, placed through and over the top of the contact and scores it.
Johnson on the handoff already with a couple of threes today. Johnson leading all scorers with 6 points. Scoring very spread out so far for the Panthers as expected and as it was last game. Hamilton absorbs contact and is rewarded with 2.
Again, see right here, if he's looking at the basket right away, he's probably looking at an and one potential. Instead, he's able to gather his feet and score it. Nice play there by Titus. But again, I think he can look to be a little bit more aggressive offensively to score it on his own.
Hamilton hits the first free throw, 74% on the year. Mississippi State transfer. Panthers 10-2 on the season.
This kid right here, I think with his talent, when he's playing his best basketball, he is amongst, if not the most difficult guy to guard in the entire Big South. The length, the ability to put it on the floor, shoot it from deep. He can post up a little bit as well if you need him to. Love his game. It's just a matter of time. One game last year I was here. He went crazy, put up 30 in the first half against Radford.
On the drive, underhand scoop, and there's Hamilton. He often draws that toughest assignment on the defensive end, too.
Yeah, he's a good defender, a willing defender as well.
Jiffa left it short. Pinballs to Johnston.
That's a nice job by Johnston chasing down that loose ball.
Back over to Hamilton with 12 to shoot. Sargunas lines it up. And a rebound by Waters. Waters in transition, open look. Buchanan eyes it. Carolina U just under 30% on the season from 3 as Jiffa is fouled on the floor.
There's the Keza that a lot of the country is aware of. He give you a little bit of the hesitation and then acceleration, and oftentimes you're left with the same option you saw there. You just got to foul him. Watch him here. There's the hesitation, and then you get kind of caught because you get ready to stop your feet, and then he explodes again, and you're in trouble.
Drew the second most fouls in the country behind a guy named Zach Eady last season, as that goes back to Carolina U on an illegal screen. Matlikovich is called for the foul, playing in his second game of the season.
Yeah, and that's part of that is timing on those. You look at this, looks like a pretty solid screen. Maybe that left leg, I guess, is what they call there, but sometimes, not necessarily in all situations, but some of those pick and roll situations, as a guard, you got to make sure to slow down and set that screen up. Don't put your big guy in a position to pick up an offensive foul.
Carolina U 40% from the floor so far. They try and crack the code of his tough defense. Skying in was Matt Lekovic. Sargunas hits the deck. Johnston in transition, gets it back, no hesitation. Johnston can't rip it.
How quickly is that release from Johnston? I mean, he gets that shot off so quick. It just scares you. And I think they're going to get Sampson here. Yeah, they're going to get Sampson on the offensive foul. And again, that's one of those situations I just talked about. When you look at it there, TJ Waters went a little bit too quick. Sampson never really got set on the screen. There's your offensive foul.
It comes down to timing, like you said. That's something you got to work through.
And then Waters just had to try to work his way around Jocelyn Bodo here at half court. You're talking about 5'10" and 7 feet. That was an interesting little conversation quickly from those two.
That's a mountain of a man, Bodo. He has been so impressive, especially on the glass this season. And once again, a triple, this one in the corner.
That's a really, really good pass. They work off the screen roll game. And then Bodo's kind of in there. He's a deterrent. They're looking at him to maybe catch a lob or get something easy, and you whip it out to the corner. They're not at home on the shooter, and there's your three.
Numbers with the Panthers, a one-arm pass to Jiffa. What a dime from Johnston.
Yeah, really nice pass there by Johnston. Great job by Keza Jiffa running the floor. Good catch off the great pass and a nice finish.
Largest lead of the game for High Point. Winners of 5 of their last 6. The Panthers get another steal. Johnston uncontested to the rack. Carolina U calls timeout, and High Point starting to turn the tides in this contest.
Yeah, turning their defense into offense. And you see the pass here from Chase Johnston. DeMar drills the three. Panthers up 20, 7-10 to go first half.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry, hits different.
This is a story about strength. It wakes up early in the morning, stays up late, moves mountains, and travels the world. It makes adventure and hard work possible. Strength delivers food to tables, packages to doorsteps, products to stores, and kids to practice. It shows up everywhere you show up. Hercules tires are built for almost every driver and every vehicle. Find the right Hercules for your story and let our strength drive yours.
A happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed.
Thank you very much, honey.
Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy.
Feels like home.
Bacon. Good morning, everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Oh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry, hits different.
Back here at the Cobain Center, High Point with a 20-point lead over Carolina University today. But taking a closer look at the visiting Bruins, someone that High Point is shutting down right now, Cam Buchanan. Now it's about time for Cam Buchanan. Words coming straight from Carolina head coach Jake Peck, saying that Cam Buchanan has this hot hand, praising the senior. Now Buchanan knocking down a combined 13 after hitting just 9 three-point shots total in his first 10 games this season. Now, the recent surge on offense stems from Buchanan's role play. Check saying the standout had to play so many different roles with the ever-changing lineup. Some where he's a facilitator, then a scorer. But now, Coach Check says they're figuring it out. These banked-in buckets were profitable for Buchanan. But guys, High Point able to make him shoot cold tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to watch. Thanks for that, Amanda. Like, keeping him under control because he can explode on you really, really quickly is a big key to this, so far, this start here for High Point, particularly defensively.
Demjanovic should travel. They give it back to the Panthers. It has been tough sledding for Carolina U so far on the offensive end. This season, there's 61 points a game. They've played a couple of the other teams from the Division I ranks, including North Carolina Central. Queens on the docket as well as Johnston drives, puts it on the hardwood. Bodo gets it. Far corner amongst the trees, he's fouled. Really no answer for Bodo when he gets that deep.
No, you mentioned the trees. Those trees down there are maybe like pines or something. He's the redwood in that particular conversation.
He's the sequoia.
Yeah. Big fella working the offensive glass. And this is an interesting part of his game right here, the free throw line. Percentage-wise, he really, really struggles. But, just 45%. But when you look at the stroke, watch the free throw stroke. It's under control. It looks the same every time. He's got a good routine. I think this is just a little bit of a confidence piece for the big guy.
Splits the pair. 10 of 21 on the season for Bodo. The mechanics are all there, like you said. Sometimes it just comes knocking him down in a game situation.
Yeah, sometimes just between the ears. And I think as he gets more opportunities, he'll start to improve, as Johnston with another deflection that time.
Up for Hamilton, went for the alley-oop, lays it in softly instead.
That's a nice job by Hamilton on the catch and finish. Wasn't the best pass, but he's able to adjust with that athleticism and score it.
Williams knocks it out of there. And Jiff is fouled.
And again, there you see the pass by Demarion Williams. And it's a really, really, again, a great catch there by Kamani Hamilton to finish.
They will not call that in the act of shooting, so side out of bounds for the Panthers.
Yeah, that was actually going to be a lob from Keza.
Johnston finds Hamilton through some traffic. Jiffa puts it up high off the window and down.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Keza. They had a good controlled closeout coming to him to that left hand. He's able to get a piece of the paint and put it off the glass with a nice touch.
Bodo got a paw on it. There's again some of that length and athleticism as he knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, the big fella can move, pretty athletic back there. And then here comes the platoon situation.
5 new players will come back on the floor for High Point. There's no doubt that High Point had been battle tested so far. Their last couple games had been grinders. They had been close contests and a chance to get some rest. Some of the starters will come off for a fresh 5.
And the key right now with High Point is they want execution, ball movement, player movement. Want this offense to start humming.
Thiam moves into the paint and he's fouled. He's been putting it on the deck a lot more this season.
Yeah, he really has. I talked to him about that. I said, it seems like it's a concerted effort by you to put it on the floor this year. He said, yeah, we've got some additional guys, and you just got to kind of add some things, do something a little bit different from time to time based on who's on the floor. So he's taking it upon himself to be a little bit more aggressive playing downhill.
Thiam will hit the first. He was really an every game starter last year. He's adjusting to a new role. And at times he's been thriving in said role as well. 12 points a game last season, 10 with 3 or more threes. Hit 131 threes entering the season. But he's putting it more on the hardwood, getting to the free throw line, and he converts both charity tosses.
I love that for his game, though. A guy that shoots it at 80+% from the free throw line, put the ball on the floor, force the officials to put you on the free throw line, and then make your opponents pay. I love that aggressiveness from Abdoulaye Thiam. One of those kids, he's always smiling, great attitude, just loves playing basketball.
Trying to thread the needle in a kick ball. And that can be contagious as well. Some of your teammates pick up on that, especially in a game like this where you're really lengthening that rotation. Everybody gets out there and they want to try and have a good time, win the game.
Yeah, Thiam and Trey Benham, a couple of guys, and Terry Anderson as well. Their minutes are not probably what they're used to. Wow.
That's a deep three from Buchanan. He nets it.
He shot that one from Greensboro. That was deep.
All the way back from their home gym at Williams Gymnasium. Thiam again. Slashes, corner. Anderson thought about it. They give it back to him. He tees it up this time. There's Thiam with a strong rebound. Pettiford steps into an open three, too heavy. Benham tracks it down, and he's fouled. How about the hustle play from Trey Benham?
This is 2 games in a row now with Trey Benham. You go back and look at the tape from the App State game. Benham was all over the floor, but how about this shot by Cameron Buchanan from the other end of the floor? Again, he shot that one from Greensboro.
Plenty of distance for Buchanan, about 31% on the season. Making his 11th consecutive start. You see Trey Benham at the line, Lipscomb transfer. It's just 1 free throw all season.
Well, you talk about a guy that can absolutely shoot the ball. Trey Benham's another one. Once had a 7 3-pointer game in this arena as well. He can really shoot the basketball, but what you like about it is this year not getting as many shots, but diving on the floor. He probably has more, court burns on his knees and elbows than maybe shot attempts this year, but you love that energy and effort. That's a big key. It adds to this basketball team and the energy of it.
Benham hits them both. He and Johnston have gotten their hands on several basketballs in this contest. Pettiford has done the same. Williams has done the same. A lot of active hands from High Point. High streak coming as Carolina U looks to eat into this deficit if they can, and there's a foul on Benham.
Yeah, Benham got caught with the hand in the cookie jar that time. Tried to make sure Buchanan couldn't get a quick release. Buchanan went to pull it through and put it on the floor and drew the foul.
Demjanovic, the only Bruin with more than 1 made field goal so far. And it's last touch by Carolina U. That's a fortuitous carom off of Thiam.
Abdoulaye Thiam playing a little defense on the inbound and creates an extra opportunity and extra possession for his team.
Back to Thiam with some physical play. Up top, Benham off the screen. Anderson drive to the hole and a great layoff for a 2-hand slam.
That's really, really well done. Good offensive execution. The ball saw both sides of the floor, side-to-side movement, and then you get the downhill drive for Anderson and the drop off to the big guy for the finish.
It's a 28-point advantage for High Point. Carolina U had this cut to about a 7-point game 5-6 minutes into this contest, but since then it has been all High Point, and there's Benham on the floor. Make that Sergunis on the floor once more.
Nice ball movement.
Thiam, corner pocket, he rips it.
And that started with Trey Benham getting on the floor, and then they execute the break properly, and Abdoulaye Thiam knocks down the open look.
He's putting it on the hardwood. He's lacing triples, and Thiam so far with 7 points. And this lead is north of 30. Inches space, and he makes them pay. Buchanan again.
Got to get out on Buchanan. Clearly, his range is unlimited. Deep knockdown right there.
Anderson on the drive, zigzags into the cup, good fake. And that blocked at the summit, a foul. Dakota Sampson nicked him on the wrist. We take a timeout. It's all Panthers so far. The layoff, the slam, and a lead approaching 30 once more. Hercules Tires is the official tire of the Big South Conference, and for over 65 years has been providing tires with unbeatable quality and an unmatched value, whatever the vehicle and whatever the terrain. Hercules Tires invites you to ride on our strength. For retail near you, visit HerculesTires.com. It's a 28-point lead for the Panthers. Waning moments of the first stanza of play. And just about every Panther that has checked into this game has scored. Have to like the hustle they're still showing in this one.
Yeah, defensively, it seems like they have been able to kind of crank it up a notch from the first couple of minutes of this game, and you've seen that bear out to allow them to get opportunities. 25 points off of turnovers already here in this first half. That's the way they want to play. They want to get up and down the floor, turn their defense into easy offense.
12 turnovers so far for the Bruins, averaging just south of 18 a game. This Panthers team is taking advantage. Monty Hamilton leading the way with 9. Not far behind is Chase Johnston with 8. But every Panther that has checked in, with the exception of one, has scored.
Oh, by the way, already 23 points off the bench.
That's one game after the Panthers scored 40 off the bench against App State. Pettiford with a starring role in that performance. Several Panthers off the bench, providing a much-needed spark. Benham the offensive board. Anderson gets it back, drives, line drive, right to the bucket.
Panthers already blowing away their season average of bench points. They get about 21 points a game off the bench, already at 26 now.
It has been the hockey substitutions, full-on line changes for High Point and Coach Alan Huss, subbing out 5 players at a time. Early stages in this game on a good pick and roll, everything but the finish there for Damjanovic.
Damjanovic has been impressive so far in this first half. Good footwork, nice movement, able to score it a couple of times as well.
Offensive foul. It's another one on Matt Likovic.
Yeah, that's a tough call there. I thought there was a little bit of contact even before the big guy got involved, but he picks up the foul.
It's the second on the big man. Freshman from Croatia, 7 foot, 245. On a drive, Waters will kick it out top of the circle. 12 turnovers so far for Carolina U as they try and subtract from this deficit. The waning stages of the first half. And he stepped out, make that turnover number 13.
That's a nice job defensively there by High Point. Cut everything off. There's no outlet for Damjanovic.
Buchanan with 6 points, Damjanovic with 4. Otherwise, a couple of scattered buckets for the Bruins. Thiem between the wickets to Benham. Sargunas expected to play a lot in this game. That's what Alan Huss said pregame. And handling a lot of those primary ball handling responsibilities.
Oh, they missed a couple of backdoor cuts.
Benham steps back, hand in his face, doesn't matter. How about that one for Trey Benham?
Yeah, Trey Benham can really shoot the basketball. That time, the big time step back and drills it.
Shot 37% from 3 last year. Trey Benham with a triple on that drive down the floor. His 8th of the season. 2-for-1 chance for the Bruins. Open opportunity, Buchanan. That one grazes the iron.
That is not the guy you want to leave open. Got to keep a hand up, stay attached to him at all times. Looks like High Point will look to hold for the last shot here.
About a half-second difference, game clock and shot clock. Panthers have shot 63% from the floor in this first half, 6 of 14 from 3.
Got shooters all over the place. Got to stay home.
Sargunas lobs it up. An errant pass. Looking for Matlikovic. 2 seconds. That one good if it goes, and it's off the mark. A dominant first half from the Panthers. They lead big going into the break.
Yeah, I thought it was a strong first half, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. Doing an excellent job creating opportunities, creating turnovers. 28 points off of turnovers. 22 points in the paint here in this first half.
forcing plenty of turnovers as we turn it over to Amanda Poole with Coach Allen Huss.
Thank you, guys. Coach, obviously big lead at the half, but you were visibly frustrated with how your team came out energy-wise. How do you think that changed in this first half?
I thought the bench gave us some good minutes. They got going a little bit. We got to continue to just stay process-oriented and make sure that we do the things we talked about in the pregame, regardless of score.
Yeah, you got like a 10-man rotation going on right now. What do you want to see from those non-starters in the second half?
Well, for extra minutes, so this is a great opportunity for them to go out there and show what they're capable of.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
It's a 53-20 lead for the Panthers at the break. We ramp up the Jersey Mike's halftime show coming up next. The Panthers up big. Big lead for the Panthers at the break, 53-20. A lot of balance, Reggie, coming from the Panthers in that first half as well. A gigantic lead at the break.
Yeah, a lot of balance, showing off the depth, particularly defensively. 9 steals in the first half as well that allowed them to get out in transition and make a ton of plays. But everybody contributing, everybody getting involved. Excellent first half in terms of depth and contributions for the Panthers.
We take a look at some highlights from that first half of play on our Jersey Mike's halftime report, brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. A couple of buckets in the early stages for the Bruins, but they shut off the water pretty fast at High Point.
Zivko Demjanovic had a nice start to the game, showing off the footwork, hit a couple of shots, was really working well down on that baseline and in the post area. And then Chase Johnston, all of a sudden, he got warm, if you will, and started lighting it up from deep. Knocks down a few threes in that first half. Really saw his offense coming. Look at that pass there as they got out in transition. Johnston, I thought, really good on both ends of the floor. You see the steal there. A previous time down the floor, had a deflection also. Really, really solid first half from Chase Johnston.
Johnson with 8 points and a couple of rebounds in that first frame. As we look at our stats, brought to you by First Citizens Bank, forever first. 20-4 on the glass for the Panthers, plus 16, and they're plus 6 in the turnovers as well. About what do you expect?
8 offensive rebounds for High Point in this first half. I think that was the biggest key. When they weren't making shots, they were getting second shot opportunities, and that gave them a chance to really extend this lead. 11-0 in second chance points for the Panthers in the first half.
Panthers ripping 6 3-pointers in that first frame as well. Johnston with a couple. Williams, Hamilton, Benham all getting in on the action as well, as it's a 30-plus point lead for High Point, coming off the win over App State and North Texas, in prime position to make it 3 in a row. Our Jersey Mike's halftime report keeps going next. A 33-point lead for the Panthers at the break. High Point getting plenty of points from their bench, as well as second chance and points from turnovers in this contest. They are staking themselves to a 33-point lead at the break. A lot going on throughout the country and a lot going on throughout the Big South. This Winthrop Eagles team is someone you've had your eye on.
Yeah, that's a really good basketball team. I think they've improved their depth. I think Coach Prosser and his staff do an excellent job. I think they're better defensively. You like what guys like Nick Johnson can bring. He's playing a little bit less minutes as well this year. Then you look at a UNC Asheville team. Cameron Taylor is a kid that can absolutely fill it up. Saw him all the way back in his high school days. He went to 2 different high schools. I saw him at both different schools, first in public school, then in private school. A kid that could absolutely score it at all 3 levels, about 6'5", 6'6", long, lanky kid, but super athletic and will dunk on anybody. And then obviously you see USC Upstate. Mr. Dean can score with anybody, 60.3% from the field. That is efficiency personified.
He's having a good season, could be first team all-conference, certainly going to be first team all-name throughout the nation as well, Mr. Dean. Other no's and notes from throughout the NCAA, SEC They're staking their claim as their best conference in basketball right now.
Yeah, they were absolutely dominant in one of the challenges earlier this season. I believe it was the SEC ACC challenge, something like 16-2 or
14-2. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wins only
dominant.
by Duke and Clemson.
Absolutely. And then you think about some of the other things we've seen this year. Dylan Harper Jr. has been excellent, but also you look around the country, this is a UConn team looking for another championship run. They go over to Maui, get thumped on the head pretty good. Speaking of that, Penny Hardaway has a really, really good Memphis team. Only 2 losses. They lost that final game over in Maui, and then they dropped one to Arkansas State at home. Watch out for that team as well. I think this year is very wide open across the nation, setting up for potentially really, really interesting NCAA tournament in March.
There is no consensus number one. That number 1 team right now is the Tennessee Volunteers. Not far behind is Auburn. Again, those are SEC teams that are quality programs. High Point up big. Halftime, 53-20. Big lead for the Panthers. Just about time for the second half of play here from the Cobain Center. 53-20 the lead for the Panthers. A lot of shifting roles on a basketball team. It changes year over year. Certainly the case for Trey Benham and Abdoulaye Thiam. With 36 starts a season ago, but now primarily a bench player.
Absolutely. Both guys have, their attitudes have been great. They continue to work. We've seen Trey Benham get active defensively in this game. Abdoulaye Thiam playing a little bit more downhill, less jump shooter, more downhill. Both guys minutes down, but their attitudes have stayed relatively the same. They're still energized, trying to bring energy to their teams and try to add things in other ways.
Benham in that first half with 5 points in total. Thiam getting plenty of run, nearly 12 minutes as well, 7 points and 2 rebounds in that first frame. A 53-20 lead for the Panthers. We check in with Amanda Poole, who caught up with Jacob Heck.
Yep, caught up with Coach Jake Heck, and I asked him, what was his message at halftime? And he's like, I just want my guys to compete. He said, we just were hanging in there in those first 9 or 10 minutes, and then he said they got distracted, kind of got lost in this game, in this atmosphere, and says that he just wants them to compete, to be able to learn and grow from a game like this, because they've got a tough conference slate ahead. And as far as Cam Buchanan and his range, he said if Cam can see the rim, he can shoot the ball.
He shot one of them from Greensboro, Reggie. That's what you said. He's got 6 points in that first half.
Yeah, he's got what you call that gym range, which means if he's in the gym, he's in range. I'm going to add to that, and I'm going to say if he's in the parking lot, he's in range.
The lights don't get greener is what I'm saying.
He can absolutely shoot that basketball.
We'll see if Buchanan has a couple more threes in his arsenal from half number 2 as the Panthers will roll out their 5 starters. Leading big, dominating as you may expect in just about every category. And now another 20 minutes to try and figure out that rotation a little more, build that chemistry. That was something that Alan Huss talked about. He said, we're still, when it comes to chemistry, kind of in that day one realm and range as Carolina U turns it over.
Yeah, that's a tough turnover to start the second half, just not able to get the basketball in. Got to have movement. Somebody's got to go get the basketball, make that easy. Also in that particular situation, you can remember you can go use the back court to get that ball inbounded.
Turnover number 14 for the Bruins of Carolina U. 9-point rolling out the starters. They didn't play much in that first half as Johnston, too strong. Bodo almost tracked it down.
Yeah, they ran that entire set to get Johnston that look, and they were able to get it. Good execution.
In the corner, Buchanan thought better of it. Bodo chased him out there on the perimeter.
Yeah, that's a good closeout by Bodo, the big guy, a long way away from home, but doing a nice job.
Fancy footwork, a tight handle, and a second chance. There's Buchanan, reloads. Fight for the rebound, and Bruin ball.
That was a really good closeout earlier in that possession by Bodo to keep Buchanan from getting a look. Sometimes the little things is what coaches are looking for. Are we doing the small things with the right detail in the right situations?
Certainly in a game like this where you assume.
That's a double dribble.
And it is a turnover. In a game like this where you assume High Point's able to hang on to this lead, you want to try and get the little things down. That way when it gets to conference play, when it gets to these next games, Southern Illinois, you want to be sharp.
I guarantee you one of the points of emphasis after this game with Alan Huss and his staff and his players is going to be the little details of how to do certain things. That'll be probably an entire stretch of minutes, 15, 20-minute period of watching film. It'll be based on little details like that.
Even in the big wins, there's always something to improve upon.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about basketball is, you play a sport, another sport where you're going to sort of there's a chance to not give up any points. You get a shutout. It's like, okay, great job. In basketball, you're always going to give up something. That's just the math of the sport. So there's always something to coach.
Williams on the drive, glides to the 10 and lays it in.
That's a great job by Damarian Williams, understanding the coverage, playing through the contact under control. Nice soft touch off the glass.
High Point extends that lead even further. Jamjanovic over to Buchanan. Inside the arc, he'll kick it to Sampson. He launches a three, and the bank is open.
Yeah, he's a guy they've got to get more opportunities for. That's just his first shot of this ball game. A guy who comes in here that's continuing to grow his game, more of a vocal leader. They got to get him more opportunities.
It's his 5th three of the season for Dakota Sampson. They find Williams in the corner.
Nice ball movement.
Hamilton wide open. He drives, looks to put him on a poster, and he gets 2 free throws.
How about Kamani Hamilton? That was getting ready to be a statement.
He cocked that ball back well behind his head.
And again, you see Sampson, great job on the other end. Finally gets an opportunity to see the rim, and he's able to knock it down. You see Hamilton, he came to the basket with bad intentions right there. Looking to get the big finish, and Sampson, that's his 4th foul there.
So he heads to the bench. Hamilton hits the second free throw. 11 points, the only Panther or Bruin in double figures so far. Tight defense from Johnston. Couple of sharpshooters matched up on one another. Johnston the pilfer. Numbers for the Panthers. Williams walked with it. Turnover number 8.
Yeah, they didn't space that well. Williams was coming down sort of what you'd call the left side of the lane. Kamani Hamilton was trying to go to the middle and be a finisher. They got their spacing messed up and turned the basketball over.
Panthers on the season average about 11 turnovers a game, up to 8 so far. Demjanovic puts it on the deck. Bodo erases. Jiffa, no numbers. He's fouled before the shot. You can't take that up weak with Bodo lurking in the paint.
He is an absolute eraser in there. Little off balance for a second, but look at the length. Stays down and times it properly to erase the shot down inside.
Conference leader in blocks. That's his 22nd of the season. Takeaway for the Bruins. Nifty move. Johnston there to recover.
It's a great job by Chase Johnston hustling back to help his teammate.
Had Johnston in the corner open. Jiffa takes it instead. Bodo rebounds. Williams straight away. The foul underneath. Demjanovic is called for the personal. His 2nd foul.
Yeah, anytime you're down there trying to box out Jocelyn Bodo in that 7-foot frame with the long arms and the good leaping ability, that is a tough task.
Jiffa in the corner laces a 3.
Yeah, that's a great pass there. Nice execution off the inbounds from Kamani Hamilton. Gets Keza an easy look.
Panthers have come out swinging still in the second half. Hamilton a hand on it.
There's Keza again on the catch from Hamilton. Caught it in rhythm, knocked down.
Bruins with 16 turnovers today. Able to inbound this time around with Chris High now. High picks up the pound and he walked. High Point has not relented with that defensive pressure.
No, they haven't. The length there that time of Kamani Hamilton creating the problem. Unable to get that pass off. Shuffle the feet.
Jiffa at the controls. And another turnover. Williams trying to chase him down, unable to do so.
That's the second time Hugo Maury has stepped into a passing lane here in the second half.
It's turnover number 10 for the Panthers. They've hit the double-digit threshold. Hamilton. Good kick to Johnston. He lines up a 3 and buries it. Triple number 3 for Chase Johnston.
That quick release from Chase Johnston to knock that down and get himself into double figures.
Johnston the steal.
Look out.
Numbers. Jiffa takes it himself, misses the dunk. Williams the clean back. Almost elevated enough to punch that one home himself.
Yeah, he's frustrated with himself for missing that one. But he had help, and they get the putback.
Chris High harassed by Johnston. Demjanovic. He's fouled.
Yeah, they're going to get Kamani Hamilton.
That will send us to a timeout. The lead 40 for the Panthers. A bucket for the Bruins, but not much else in the second half.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry hits different.
Down here is where hard work matters. where hype is measured by heart and hustle, and where excellence is earned every day. Because down here, we play for each other. We play for family. We play for our communities. And we play to be the very best. This is the Big South. This is where winners are made.
This is a story about strength. It wakes up early in the morning, stays up late, moves mountains, and travels the world. It makes adventure and hard work possible. Strength delivers food to tables, packages to doorsteps, products to stores, and kids to practice. It shows up everywhere you show up. Hercules tires are built for almost every driver and every vehicle. Find the right Hercules for your story and let our strength drive yours.
A happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed.
Thank you very much, honey.
Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy.
Feels like home.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry hits different.
Here at High Point University, where the Panthers are dominating in the second half against Carolina University. But the Bruins coming into this game 2-10, and they're learning a lot about how to handle adversity this season. Now, talking with head coach Jake Hack this week, he says that the Purples had a wake-up call in their challenges faced when they moved to NAIA this season. And leading that wake-up call charge is the junior Cameron Buchanan, who we've talked about this broadcast. He says that the junior has started every game this year despite the incredibly inconsistent lineups. It'll be Buchanan along with the graduate Chris Hyde, who have been critical in the way the Bruins come back and attack practice after losses. Brilliant mindset coach wants his team to hone in on, especially.
Amanda, thank you. And this Carolina U team, they played a tough schedule so far. Just a couple of wins on their resume, Virginia Lynchburg and Columbia College. But they've played other games, including against Liberty, North Carolina Central, and, of course, against High Point today. So they've been battle-tested as well and still looking to try and chalk up some wins in that column.
Absolutely. It's been a remarkably tough schedule as Abdoulaye Thiam unable to get that one to go. But Trey Benham getting to the offensive glass and gets two.
Just cut behind the defense and there for a second chance. It has been all Panthers. You pick a stat, cherry pick your favorite, and High Point is likely leading in that category except for turnovers. 18 of them for the Bruins today. They try and subtract this deficit. TJ Waters, Panthers in a zone. 3 seconds, lays it off, blocked at the summit, out of bounds. 1 second left for Carolina U.
Yeah, it's a great job by Abukalanua. Comes across here and gets the erase at the top there. And that's going to lead to a Bruins timeout here.
It's still all Panthers, 67-25, 1 to shoot for Carolina U. It is all Panthers so far, 67-25. And while the offense gets a lot of the headlines for High Point, their defense has been rock solid this year.
Yeah, top 50 in the nation in scoring defense. You see that leads the Big South 65.3. That's 49th overall in the country. So a really good defensive effort so far by this team. They do an excellent job attacking the glass, coming into this game +2 on the rebound margin overall as well. And then anytime you got a guy like Jocelyn Bodo in the back end of your defense, he's going to erase a ton of shots. Oh, by the way, Abukunalua, he can do it as well. We just saw him do that right before the break.
And just 1 second for Carolina U on this out-of-bounds play. Looking for Buchanan in the corner. That's a shot clock violation, and like you surmised, was really under 1 second.
Yeah, based on when that shot was blocked and then it went out of bounds, I was concerned there that maybe there was less than that full second, and it proved to be true there. Very, very tight second there for the Bruins.
Thiem, Anderson fades it down low, and another bucket right near the 10.
Yeah, good catch, and then going to the left hand by the big guy inside. Showing some talent, the young freshman.
A lot of talent on this Panthers team and a lot of depth. 2 in double figures, that's all for High Point. The scoring has been extremely spread out. Johnston and Hamilton both with the 11. TJ Waters brings it out on the perimeter. Trying to gain separation. Waters can't get this one. Anderson finds Benham. Couldn't rip a three-pointer. No numbers for the Bruins, who have shot 33% from the floor today, nearly 60% on the other side for High Point.
Nice
Great
pass.
no-look feed in between a couple Panthers.
Yeah, really nice pass that time by Waters. He's able to get Max Hemphill a layup.
Pettiford, ECU transfer, also transferred from Kansas. Our player to watch today has done great things off the bench. Thiem,
nice
left
pass.
alone, uncontested.
Yeah, good read there by Terry Anderson. Thiem goes to the backdoor cut. Gets a nice pass from Anderson from about the free throw line for a layup.
It's at the point for High Point where the result is in hand. You have to figure, and now it becomes working on the little things, building out that rotation a couple more times, playing fundamental defense as Carolina U weaves through that Panther defense.
Yeah, that's a nice drive there by Ashley to get the finish. Well, Thiem had a notion to take another deep one. Pulls it back out so they can run some offense.
Anderson blocked underneath and a foul. Damjanovic didn't love the call.
Terry Anderson, what a nice baseline cut, but look at Anderson, this pass to Thiem. Good catch by Thiem, and then the footwork. And then that time, Damjanovic picking up the foul there. That'll be his third.
Junior from Bosnia, as Sargunis comes in, as does David Wiebe. Second chance for High Point. They'll reset. Thiem drives right to the 10 and a right-hand punch.
And that's the attacking version of Thiem we've been talking about. Doing a lot more of that this year. Strong finish.
Right to the rack for Thiem. Tight handle, but out of bounds. Poked away from behind from Waters. And that will send us to a timeout. It is all Panthers up to this point. High Point will pick up their third straight win. Still 12 to play. Time for a Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Ride on our strength. The right-hand finish. Thiem down the lane.
Abdoulaye Thiem coming in from the wing, season opening, and absolutely punches it down for two. Big time by Abdoulaye Thiem.
It's a high percentage shot, I would say.
Very high percentage. He saw that opening and took advantage of it immediately.
Nobody in the paint, and Thiem makes him pay. He's up to 11 points, a third Panther to reach that plateau. Weeby just inserted into the game. You bounce it down low. Benham nearly got a piece of it. Picks up the dribble. Anderson active hands. Pinballs around and a shot clock violation. Turnover number 20.
Usually Terry Anderson is involved in something good for his basketball team. That time on the defensive end, we've seen him make a number of nice passes in this game, shoot the basketball, score it inside as well, offensive rebounds. Really, really good, versatile basketball player.
Sargunis. There's Trey Benham tipping it back to him. Thiem again on the deck, rises. This one a two-hand crush.
Yeah, nice job. Quick move, go to the baseline by Thiem, and then a strong two-hand finish that time. Thiem's out here having his own dunk contest.
He is up to 13 points. When he gets that type of runway, it's just watch out and move out of the way. Off balance for Chris High, not this time, and a foul.
Thiem again, baseline. Weeby's a little late on the closeout, and if you're late on that closeout and Thiem can turn that corner, that is going to be a bad situation defensively for the opponent. He finishes. Teammates call him Lay. Coach calls him Lay, but he is active.
Thiem again into the paint. Boomerangs back to him from Anderson. 10 seconds. Disjointed possession ends in an Anderson shot, a second chance, and a lefty finish from 2 feet.
Good activity there by Terry Anderson. Unable to get the initial, but sticks with it and gets the finish.
Still 10 minutes to play for the Panthers, who figure to continue to cycle in players from their bench. Step back three, rims out. Thiem got a piece. Matt Lejkovic able to get it off the carom.
Yeah, nice job there by Anderson off the save.
Anderson in the corner, foul.
Yeah, they kind of bailed him out. The spacing there was not good for High Point, but the foul kind of bails him out there.
And in comes in for the first time today, Liam Carney, sophomore from Minneapolis. And that will send Thiem to the bench. Some of those rims take a deep sigh of relief seeing him go back to the bench.
Absolutely.
Sargunis launches. Down low, Matt Lejkovic creates separation.
Yeah, nice gather there, and then the strong finish by the big guy. That's the way you do it. Go up strong, get your foundation right, and finish.
With the exception of Carney, who just checked in, each and every Panther that has played has now scored. Pick the pocket, and High Point forces another turnover. Matt Lejkovic transition and the foul. Big man on a rim run.
Number one, really good pass by Terry Anderson. That catch might have been even more difficult. Look at the pass right to the big guy, high hands, but that catch was really well done through traffic and in the finish. And I love that the mindset was, I'm going to catch and dunk this basketball. No layups for the 7-footer.
David Fonville comes in for High Point. He got plenty of length as well. He was able to reach up, and there was no doubt he was going to power that one home. 5 quick points for Matt Lejkovic. Tight defense from Kearney. Nearly a steal. Vaughnville had an opportunity. Wiebe will line it up. Hustle play almost made by Ashley.
Nice job there by Sargunas to get out of the way of a potential save off of his leg.
Here comes 5 fresh Bruins onto the floor for Coach Heck and Carolina U.
I think this is the most I've ever seen straight platoons in a basketball game.
High Point cycled through several platoons.
Yeah.
Carolina U says we can also do the platoon system. Fresh batch of Bruins comes in. Vaughnville on the drive, breezes past the defender but misses the shot.
Yeah, a little bit too much on it. Like the execution offensively, got a good look, just got to finish it.
Now the Panthers are in that stage of the game where it's experiment with a couple things, still try and keep it sharp, but you're getting guys into the game that may be making their season debut.
Absolutely, you're getting guys opportunities to say to coach, hey, I deserve some minutes.
Sampson straight away.
How about the job they've done on Sampson? Just 2 shots so far in this game.
Liam Kearney puts it on the deck. Stops, pops. And tracked down by Buchanan. You're exactly right, though. Sampson, nearly 6 points a game, one of the best shot blockers on their team. But he's really been shut down when it's come to those shot attempts. Lowry on the drive. Foul before the shot. And we'll take a timeout. It's all High Point here at the Cobain Center. Panthers with a big lead.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry, hits different.
Business success requires more than just technology. It demands a strategic connectivity game plan, relentless agility, and a human touch. We offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud tailored to meet the diverse needs of our clients. Segra is one of the largest nationwide independent commercial fiber companies in the U.S., with a fiber network infrastructure spanning 28 states. We are Segra. Connectivity, support, solutions. A happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed.
Thank you very much, honey.
Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy.
Feels like home.
Bacon. Good morning, everybody. Nothing like the Jersey Mike's morning prep. The sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
I've been living up here for months.
Got a package from Mr. DeVito?
Oh, my bacon sniffing horn. Oh, smell that bacon. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we're talking. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Music to my ears.
You don't have ears.
Starry, hits different.
This Big South broadcast is brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Visit HerculesTires.com. First Citizens Bank, forever first. CertaPro Painters, choose happy, choose CertaPro Painters. And Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Just a couple more conference games, couple games until conference play for the High Point Panthers. For more on this non-con schedule, we go to Amanda Poole. Amanda.
The Panthers looking to round out their non-conference slate with just 3 games this month, and 3 very unique games. Obviously tonight they've got an exhibition, and then they'll hit the road. They'll go to Southern Illinois in a tough place to win at, and then they'll host Norfolk State, a MEAC powerhouse that head coach Alan Hess is ready to face. So Coach Hess talking about these competitions this week, saying that tonight is about process, and then Southern Illinois is about learning how to win on the road, and then Norfolk State is a conference matchup. Coach Huss hoping the Panthers are battle-tested before opening up Big South play against Radford on national television in the new year. Luke?
Amanda, thank you. That game with Radford, as you mentioned, on national television, that is quite the way to open up the season with the Highlanders coming to the Cobain Center. And this is a very terrific Big South this season on the men's side. There's a lot of powerful teams.
Yeah, I think this league is so much better from top to bottom than it was last year. I'm telling you right now, keep an eye out for that team down in North Charleston, South Carolina, Charleston Southern, Sod Nimley. I love what he's building with that program. They've gotten better, more depth. I think Winthrop is going to be a better basketball team as well. Asheville is going to be a little different, but I think they're going to be good. Radford, obviously, and Longwood, always teams that are difficult to deal with. I think this league is going to be really good from top to bottom.
High Point was predicted to win the Big South this year. Winthrop projected second. Longwood, of course, won the Big South tournament, played in the NCAA tournament last year. There's not going to be a night off in the Big South. And, I mean, the team to pick last, USC Upstate Presbyterian 8th, Radford 7th. Those teams have improved, and I would argue have already eclipsed some of those preseason expectations.
Yeah, well, it's going to be one thing to be difficult and find wins. I can't imagine what it's going to be like and how hard it's going to be to win games on the road in this league.
Sargunas is called for the foul. Well, it's never easy to win those on the road, and especially when you have some of these teams. You go to Farmville if you're talking about High Point. You go to Rock Hill, take on Winthrop. Those are going to be very challenging games, and High Point's squeaked out wins like that before. But if you can try and pick up wins like that, go through the conference slate, perhaps 13-3, 12-4, something along those lines, have to feel really good about how that would go in conference play.
Asheville always also a dangerous place as well. Like, just a lot of difficult venues in this league, and with teams being much improved, going to be even more difficult.
Carney underneath, fouled.
Good power dribble there by Carney to get the defenders in the air, and then tries to go through, picks up the foul.
So Carney gets a couple of free throws. Misses on the first. So we take a look at our points in the paint, brought to you by CertaPro Painters. Choose happy, choose CertaPro Painters. One-sided, as you might expect. A plus 30 advantage for the Panthers.
Yeah, they've been dominant inside. I think Jocelyn Bodo and that size and the shot blocking has really been a factor on the defensive end for High Point.
Flipped it up, couldn't finish. Over to Sargunas. Knifes through the defense. Carney on the drive, lays it up. That one rolls off the rim. Almost stopped right at the back bracket.
Everything but, right? That's a nice up and under, gets under the defender, and that just, couldn't quite get it to go.
That's one of those tailor-made putbacks for a Hamilton or Bodo in certain aspects.
Or Terry Anderson.
Foul underneath. Ashley called for it.
It's the 19th foul there.
So more free throws the rest of the way for the Panthers. Carney missed his first two attempts a moment ago. Almost forgot about the second one, did Carney? He hits them both. 85-29 is the already gaudy numbers statistically for the Panthers. Will have an uptick in the positive direction after today. Sampson nearly lost the handle. Over to Ashley with 10.
Nice
Buchanan, the shooter, lays it off. And Pittman can't get it to go. Still diving on the floor, though. Great hustle by High Point. wouldn't know they're up big. Andrew Sinaway will come in. Anderson will get a seat on the bench. One would think for the duration of today's contest.
Yeah, you think so. I think at this point, probably had a chance to get everybody involved in this one.
Ashley on the drive picks up the dribble. Into the paint. Back bracket, no for Sampson.
Yeah, all of a sudden, saw big Abukalanua in there. Closed up that space quickly. Carney had a notion that time.
Thought about it, you could see the gears turning. Underneath, Sinaway into the box score.
That's a great job by Sinaway going down on the floor and picking that basketball up, getting an opportunity and scores it.
Made his debut against Coppin State. His third game of the season. Transfer from Palm Beach State. Buchanan had 6 points in the first half, has not scored in the second half. Three's not falling today for a 13 for the Bruins.
Yeah, pretty good ball movement that time, but I thought they could have gone one more pass there and got an even better look, and Abukalanua just kind of took his eyes off of it, unable to catch it right there.
Abukalanua with the 13th turnover for the Panthers today. On a drive, Ashley Sargunas kicks it out.
There it is, Sinaway, great job getting down on the floor. Gets a bucket.
Matt Lejkovic comes in. Open opportunity, passed it up. Now from the corner, Maury, no. Tracked down by Fonville.
It's good hustle that time by Fonville.
Matt Lejkovic, point blank range, swirls it in.
Yeah, just too big that time. Sampson at 6'7", 6'8", not tall enough to deter.
Matt Lejkovic has been efficient today. 7 points, 3 rebounds. Played just about 10 minutes. Sampson on the drive for Pittman. Rainbows that one, but too strong. Fonville, Sinaway. A 9 point, an 89-29 advantage. They will improve to 11-2 on the season. Behind the back pass, fancy Pittman. Can't earn him the assist. Carney in transition. He'll slow it up for a moment. Under 4 to play. Off bounds, doesn't matter. And now the only question for the Panthers, will they hit the century mark?
Yeah, he felt like he had a matchup advantage there and was able to shoot over the top. Little fall away there, was able to knock it down.
The Panthers today, it's been like throwing a tennis ball up there at the rim. Everything seems to be going in. Sampson, no. Panthers 56% from the floor, 8 of 24 from 3. A timeout called by Alan Huss. We'll take it with them. Panthers up huge in this contest. Liam Carney getting the bucket. Try Starry, the new caffeine-free soda that provides a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor. Starry is available in both original and zero sugar variety, so pick up yours today. It's 91-29. The Panthers have a massive advantage, and we give a special shout out to the best crew in the Big South, hands down. Our EIC Blake Woodard today, producer Chris Jones, Ryan Schmidt, our director, Alex Burdine, our TD, Claire Geary on A1, Dylan Douglas on replay, Mitchell Spencer on expression, Jasmine Bush, Kathy Keys, Derek Brady, and Adam Ryan on camera. Lee Wims on V1 holding it down as always for Reginald Walker Jr., Reggie, and Amanda Poole. I'm Luke Hallett. It's been so great having everybody along for the ride, and what a performance from the Panthers today.
Yeah, it's been really dominant. Now they've emptied the bench and gotten some guys in there that don't get a ton of minutes, but an opportunity tonight to show this coaching staff what they can do.
Into the game for the first time, Berger Irving. Can't get it, the putback though from Carney.
Nice job there by Carney. Comes flying in with the left-handed putback that time.
Carney up to 6 points in this contest. Nearly every Panther has scored. Irving and Fonville, the only two that have not, as they have emptied the bench. Players making their season debuts. And will be the third straight win and win number 11 for High Point this year. Irving tracks it down, out of bounds. What a big game on the schedule next, as Amanda touched on Southern Illinois in Carbondale. That's a tough place to win. A good Salukis team.
Yeah, they are always difficult to beat in their gym. As Fonville with the steal here.
Fonville, a right-hand hammer. Allowed 2 points for Fonville.
The pilfer and the punch, if you will.
He was moving down the tracks, and what a slam. Weeby, that one rainbows home.
That's a tough shot over Matt Lakovic in there as well.
90 seconds to play. Fonville, it's the big round of applause. Matt Lakovic down low. Drop step, fancy footwork, he makes it happen.
And then to the left hand by the big guy. Woo.
Biding his time, and then quick, like a snowplow through snow, he's able to get right through. Nearing the century mark for High Point. Chris High. Sent away off a hyper dunk. Can sense the crowd might want that century mark.
Absolutely, they're looking for it.
Irving contemplated, instead able to get the friendly roll.
With the left hand off the spin for Irving. Got
First points of the season.
He's got the wry smile on his face.
Got a high five from the bench on the way down.
Well, look, these guys that are on the bench right now that play the majority of the minutes, as you see Fonville here with the pilfer and then the punch. And then Matt Lakovic, look at this move. Good footwork and finishes. Those guys that are sitting on the bench right now watching these guys play, they realize how hard all these guys work in practice. They're happy to see them get opportunities to play in a game. And Alan Huss likely here to tell his players, do not shoot the basketball.
You saw him holding the stop sign up with the right arm. The crowd, of course, is imploring a Panther to take a shot. But when you get that directive from the head man, you better follow it.
Yeah, the fans don't have to go to practice tomorrow.
Might be some extra wind sprints on the menu if so. What a performance from the Panthers. And while it may have been expected, it still unfolded in dominant fashion out on the hardwood. High Point 99-31 to pick up their third straight win.
Yeah, big time performance for High Point. What they wanted to do tonight was have a strong performance, create an opportunity to play a lot of guys, give a bunch of guys an opportunity to not play heavy minutes as well. I think they accomplished all those goals tonight.
Each and every Panther that entered the game scored at least a point. Bodo with 1 point, the fewest of any Panther. Not that many may have expected that, but impressive work from each and every High Point Panther in this contest. Theum with 13 points. We saw it in the last game when they had 40 points off the bench against App State in a gritty 65-59 win. This one, with a lot less mystique and a lot less intrigue as High Point dominates against the Bruins of Carolina University. High Point getting double-figure performances from Thiam, from Hamilton, and Chase Johnston, as Amanda Poole has Johnston and Thiam with her. Amanda.
Got it over here. All right, but what allowed you guys to put this game away tonight?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What allowed you guys to put this game away tonight?
We just came out with the right intensity. We stayed together as a group, didn't overlook the opponent, and just played together.
You guys scored over 60 bench points today. How does that build confidence in your team's depth?
It definitely builds confidence. We're a really deep team, so we just trust the next man up. When everyone, next five goes on the court, we trust them and know that they can do just as good of a job as we can. So,
how ready do you think this team is for Big South play?
I think we're ready. We still got a lot of work to do. It's still a little early, but we'll be ready when Big South play starts. So,
all right, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
And thank you, Chase Johnston. Today, the final tally, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. What a performance from Chase Johnston, who lit it up from deep again.
Yeah, good to see Chase Johnston get some shots to fall, particularly early in the game. Get that confidence going as they get ready to head out on the road for a big non-conference game against Southern Illinois. You're going to want and need his shooting to be a part of the effort there on the road.
They're on to Carbondale with SIU on the docket next come the 21st. 99-31. High Point gets double-figure scoring performances from 3 different players. Each and every Panther that checked in tallied at least 1 point today. For our producer, Chris Jones, director Ryan Schmidt, Amanda Poole, Reginald Walker Jr. for Reggie, I'm Luke Hallett saying so long and thanks for joining us. 99-31. High Point, a dominant effort. They're 11-2 on the season. They head next to SIU, Southern Illinois, coming up on the 21st. Nearly 75 points a game on the offensive side is Johnston. Quick trigger, and that's easy money for Chase Johnston.
Yeah, Chase Johnston, one of those guys, he really struggled.
Nearly 75 points a game on the offensive side is Johnston. Quick trigger, and that's easy money for Chase Johnston.
Yeah, Chase Johnston, one of those guys, he really struggled.
Nearly 75 points a game on the offensive side is Johnston. Quick trigger, and that's easy money for Chase Johnston.
Yeah, Chase Johnston, one of those guys, he really struggled.
The floor, Jiffa pops the clutch. Hamilton, an open look. Couple of triples for High Point, this time Hamilton.
Yeah, and Hamilton really continued.
The floor, Jiffa pops the clutch. Hamilton, an open look. Couple of triples for High Point, this time Hamilton.
Yeah, and Hamilton really continued.
The floor, Jiffa pops the clutch. Hamilton, an open look. Couple of triples for High Point, this time Hamilton.
Yeah, and Hamilton really continued.
Jiffa, corner pocket. Not this time. Nobody boxed down Hamilton, and he's got a quick 5.
Good job there by Kamani Hamilton.
Jiffa, corner pocket. Not this time. Nobody boxed down Hamilton, and he's got a quick 5.
Good job there by Kamani Hamilton.
Jiffa, corner pocket. Not this time. Nobody boxed down Hamilton, and he's got a quick 5.
Good job there by Kamani Hamilton.
Damjanovic trades some paint. Off balance, good looking touch.
That's really good footwork by Damjanovic.
Damjanovic trades some paint. Off balance, good looking touch.
That's really good footwork by Damjanovic.
Damjanovic trades some paint. Off balance, good looking touch.
That's really good footwork by Demjanovic.
Leading scorer looks to get going. Johnston, just an inch of separation, he makes him pay.
Yeah, shooting with a lot of confidence. He saw that first one go in.
Leading scorer looks to get going. Johnston, just an inch of separation, he makes him pay.
Yeah, shooting with a lot of confidence. He saw that first one go in.
Leading scorer looks to get going. Johnston, just an inch of separation, he makes him pay.
Yeah, shooting with a lot of confidence. He saw that first one go in.
10 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Anderson drives to the iron. Through a couple of defenders, he splits them.
You talk about a guy that can do
10 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Anderson drives to the iron. Through a couple of defenders, he splits them.
You talk about a guy that can do
10 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Anderson drives to the iron. Through a couple of defenders, he splits them.
You talk about a guy that can do throw you off guard early. He's also a lefty that's very, very crafty. So now he's got to kind of adjust as Demjanovic with the bucket inside. Throw you off guard early. He's also a lefty that's very, very crafty. So now he's got to kind of adjust as Demjanovic with the bucket inside. Throw you off guard early. He's also a lefty that's very, very crafty. So now he's got to kind of adjust as Demjanovic with the bucket inside.
Though. Beneford takes it away. Head full of steam, he takes it himself and showcases the athleticism.
And that's what Bobby Pettiford can do. He can
though. Beneford takes it away. Head full of steam, he takes it himself and showcases the athleticism.
And that's what Bobby Pettiford can do. He can
though. Beneford takes it away. Head full of steam, he takes it himself and showcases the athleticism.
And that's what Bobby Pettiford can do. He can
left hand scoop, everything but the finish. Second chance there for Terry Anderson.
That's Terry Anderson's game right there. You don't have to call anything for Terry Anderson. If you do.
Left hand scoop, everything but the finish. Second chance there for Terry Anderson.
That's Terry Anderson's game right there. You don't have to call anything for Terry Anderson. If you do.
Left hand scoop, everything but the finish. Second chance there for Terry Anderson.
That's Terry Anderson's game right there. You don't have to call anything for Terry Anderson. If you do.
Down low with the finish. That's a good
nice
finish inside.
Yeah, that's a really nice move there.
Down low with the finish. That's a good
nice
finish inside.
Yeah, that's a really nice move there.
Down low with the finish. That's a good
nice
finish inside.
Yeah, that's a really nice move there.
TJ Waters will try. Sidewinding shot, it goes down. Rotation on that one. TJ Waters will try. Sidewinding shot, it goes down. Rotation on that one. TJ Waters will try. Sidewinding shot, it goes down. Rotation on that one. Southall freshman team last year for Sargunas. Up to 11 points on the season as that one whirlpools in for the Bruins.
Yeah, that's a
Southall freshman team last year for Sargunas. Up to 11 points on the season as that one whirlpools in for the Bruins.
Yeah, that's a
Southall freshman team last year for Sargunas. Up to 11 points on the season as that one whirlpools in for the Bruins.
Yeah, that's a
Sargunas just mentioned. Knife to the tin, picks up the pound. Tough looking floater, he got it.
Yeah, that's one thing about Titus Sargunas is
Sargunas just mentioned. Knife to the tin, picks up the pound. Tough looking floater, he got it.
Yeah, that's one thing about Titus Sargunas is
Sargunas just mentioned. Knife to the tin, picks up the pound. Tough looking floater, he got it.
Yeah, that's one thing about Titus Sargunas is
that's a mountain of a man, Bodo Bodo. He has been so impressive, especially on the glass this season. And once again, a triple, this one in the corner.
That's a really, really good pass. They work off the screen.
That's a mountain of a man, Bodo Bodo. He has been so impressive, especially on the glass this season. And once again, a triple, this one in the corner.
That's a really, really good pass. They work off the screen.
That's a mountain of a man, Bodo Bodo. He has been so impressive, especially on the glass this season. And once again, a triple, this one in the corner.
That's a really, really good pass. They work off the screen. They're not at home on the shooter, and there's your three.
Numbers with the Panthers, a one-arm pass to Jiffa. What a dime from Johnston.
Yeah, really nice pass there by Johnston. They're not at home on the shooter, and there's your three.
Numbers with the Panthers, a one-arm pass to Jiffa. What a dime from Johnston.
Yeah, really nice pass there by Johnston. They're not at home on the shooter, and there's your three.
Numbers for the Panthers, a one-arm pass to Jiffa. What a dime from Johnston.
Yeah, really nice pass there by Johnston.
5 of their last 6. The Panthers get another steal. Johnston uncontested to the rack. Carolina Yukon. 5 of their last 6. The Panthers get another steal. Johnston uncontested to the rack. Carolina Yukon. 5 of their last 6. The Panthers get another steal. Johnston uncontested to the rack. Carolina Yukon.
With another deflection that time.
Up for Hamilton. Went for the alley-oop. Lays it in softly instead.
With another deflection that time.
Up for Hamilton. Went for the alley-oop. Lays it in softly instead.
With another deflection that time.
Up for Hamilton. Went for the alley-oop. Lays it in softly instead. Jiffa puts it up high off the window and down.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Kezade.
Jiffa puts it up high off the window and down.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Kezade.
Jiffa puts it up high off the window and down.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Kezade. Are not probably what they're used to. Wow.
That's a deep 3 from Buchanan.
Are not probably what they're used to. Wow.
That's a deep 3 from Buchanan.
Are not probably what they're used to. Wow.
That's a deep 3 from Buchanan. The screen. Anderson drive to the hole and a great layoff for a two-hand slam.
That's really, really well done. Good.
The screen. Anderson drive to the hole and a great layoff for a two-hand slam.
That's really, really well done. Good.
The screen. Anderson drive to the hole and a great layoff for a two-hand slam.
That's really, really well done. Good.
Make that Sergunis on the floor once more.
Nice ball movement.
Thiam, corner pocket, he rips it.
Yeah, that started with Trey Benham.
Make that Sergunis on the floor once more.
Nice ball movement.
Thiam, corner pocket, he rips it.
Yeah, that started with Trey Benham.
Make that Sergunis on the floor once more.
Nice ball movement.
Thiam, corner pocket, he rips it.
Yeah, that started with Trey Benham.
Responsibilities.
Oh, they missed a couple of backdoor cuts.
Benham steps back, hand in his face, doesn't matter. How about that one for Trey Benham?
Yeah, Trey Benham can really, really shoot the back.
Responsibilities.
Oh, they missed a couple of backdoor cuts.
Benham steps back, hand in his face, doesn't matter. How about that one for Trey Benham?
Yeah, Trey Benham can really, really shoot the back.
Responsibilities.
Oh, they missed a couple of backdoor cuts.
Benham steps back, hand in his face, doesn't matter. How about that one for Trey Benham?
Yeah, Trey Benham can really, really shoot the back. So there's always something to coach.
Williams on the drive, glides to the 10 and lays it in.
That's a great job by DeMar. So there's always something to coach.
Williams on the drive, glides to the 10 and lays it in.
That's a great job by DeMar. So there's always something to coach.
Williams on the drive, glides to the 10 and lays it in.
That's a great job by DeMar.
Inside the arc, he'll kick it to Sampson. He launches a 3 and the bank is open.
Yeah, he's a guy they've got to get more out.
Inside the arc, he'll kick it to Sampson. He launches a 3 and the bank is open.
Yeah, he's a guy they've got to get more out.
Inside the arc, he'll kick it to Sampson. He launches a 3 and the bank is open.
Yeah, he's a guy they've got to get more out.
Demjanovic puts it on the deck. Bodo erases. Demjanovic puts it on the deck. Bodo erases. Demjanovic puts it on the deck. Bodo erases.
Tough task.
Jiffa in the corner laces a 3.
Yeah, that's a great pass there. Nice tough task.
Jiffa in the corner laces a 3.
Yeah, that's a great pass there. Nice tough task.
Jiffa in the corner laces a 3.
Yeah, that's a great pass there. Nice tough task.
Jiffa in the corner laces a 3.
Yeah, that's a great pass there. Nice tough task.
Jiffa in the corner laces a 3.
Yeah, that's a great pass there. Nice tough task.
Jiffa in the corner laces a 3.
Yeah, that's a great pass there. Nice.
Jiffa at the controls. And another turnover. Williams trying to chase him down, unable to do so.
That's the second time.
Jiffa at the controls. And another turnover. Williams trying to chase him down, unable to do so.
That's the second time.
Jiffa at the controls. And another turnover. Williams trying to chase him down, unable to do so.
That's the second time.
Hamilton. Good kick to Johnston. He lines up a three and buries it. Triple number 3 for Chase Johnston. Hamilton. Good kick to Johnston. He lines up a three and buries it. Triple number 3 for Chase Johnston. Hamilton. Good kick to Johnston. He lines up a three and buries it. Triple number 3 for Chase Johnston. Thiem. Anderson feeds it down low and another bucket right near the 10. Thiem. Anderson feeds it down low and another bucket right near the 10. Thiem. Anderson feeds it down low and another bucket right near the 10. Nearly 60% on the other side for High Point.
Nice
Great
pass.
no-look feed in between a couple Panthers.
Yeah, really.
Nearly 60% on the other side for High Point.
Nice
Great no-look
pass.
feed in between a couple Panthers.
Yeah, really.
Nearly 60% on the other side for High Point.
Nice
Great no-look
pass.
feed in between a couple Panthers.
Yeah, really.
Working on the little things, building out that rotation a couple more times, playing fundamental defense as Carolina U weaves through that Panther defense. Working on the little things, building out that rotation a couple more times, playing fundamental defense as Carolina U weaves through that Panther defense. Working on the little things, building out that rotation a couple more times, playing fundamental defense as Carolina U weaves through that Panther defense. They'll reset. Thiem drives right to the 10 and a right-hand punch. They'll reset. Thiem drives right to the 10 and a right-hand punch. They'll reset. Thiem drives right to the 10 and a right-hand punch. Thiem again on the deck, rises. This one a two-hand crush.
Yeah, nice job. Quick move. Go to the base.
Thiem again on the deck, rises. This one a two-hand crush.
Yeah, nice job. Quick move. Go to the base.
Thiem again on the deck, rises. This one a two-hand crush.
Yeah, nice job. Quick move. Go to the base.
10 seconds. Disjointed possession ends in an Anderson shot, a second chance, and a lefty finish from 2 feet.
Good activity there by
10 seconds. Disjointed possession ends in an Anderson shot, a second chance, and a lefty finish from 2 feet.
Good activity there by
10 seconds. Disjointed possession ends in an Anderson shot, a second chance, and a lefty finish from 2 feet.
Good activity there by
Point forces another turnover. Matt Lejkovic transition and the foul. Big man on a rim run.
number 1.
Point forces another turnover. Matt Lejkovic transition and the foul. Big man on a rim run.
Number 1.
Point forces another turnover. Matt Lejkovic transition and the foul. Big man on a rim run.
Number 1. Absolutely.
Sargunas launches. Down low, Matt Lejkovic creates separation.
Yeah, nice. Absolutely.
Sargunas launches. Down low, Matt Lejkovic creates separation.
Yeah, nice. Absolutely.
Sargunas launches. Down low, Matt Lejkovic creates separation.
Yeah, nice.
Thought about it, you could see the gears turning. Underneath, Sinaway into the box score.
That's a great job by Sinaway going down on the floor.
Thought about it, you could see the gears turning. Underneath, Sinaway into the box score.
That's a great job by Sinaway going down on the floor.
Thought about it, you could see the gears turning. Underneath, Sinaway into the box score.
That's a great job by Sinaway going down on the floor.
4 to play. Off bounds, doesn't matter. And now the only question for the Panthers will 4 to play. Off bounds, doesn't matter. And now the only question for the Panthers will 4 to play. Off bounds, doesn't matter. And now the only question for the Panthers will.
Always difficult to beat in their gym. As Fonville with the steal here.
Fonville, a right-hand hammer.
Always difficult to beat in their gym. As Fonville with the steal here.
Fonville, a right-hand hammer.
Always difficult to beat in their gym. As Fonville with the steal here.
Fonville, a right-hand hammer. Drop step, fancy footwork, he makes it happen.
And then to the left.
Drop step, fancy footwork, he makes it happen.
And then to the left.
Drop step, fancy footwork, he makes it happen.
And then to the left.